Alright, I have an idea. Some of you are going to like it, some of you are going to hate it, but we're going to do it. Taking a little break on the Volvo. I am filming a video of installing this thing and building the mounts, but I'm waiting on material to build the mounts. So today I'm going to do something with my line lock and a little bit more with the CAN IO expander. I did end up removing the head sensor, the head combo sensor that was over here, and I put it down in the radiator over here, and I'm just using pressure, I'm not using temp. So this truck right now has the line lock in the old four-wheel drive button location. Push it, you can hear the line lock come on. And what I'm going to be doing is putting the dial-a-boost in this spot. But I don't want to lose my line lock from this spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the line lock and I'm going to have the 0 position enable my line lock. If you remember when I set this up, I said the first 3 positions didn't do anything because I was planning ahead to be able to do this. So my idea behind this is it's a 10 position switch. Boost controller doesn't really do anything till 30% anyways. So what I'm doing is leaving myself an option to be able to turn this down and enable line lock. But some of you guys are probably already like, well, that's dumb, because what if you just want to leave it at 0? So what I did was create a line lock out that's going to go to the CAN bus ground out. Alright, so the way that I have this set up is 3 settings all need to be met. Dial below 20%, front wheel speed below 10 miles per hour, and TPS above 10%. So what that means is when it's in the 0 position, and I'm not moving, referencing front wheel speed, and I'm giving it throttle, doing a burnout, it will enable my line lock. So that will work for me because I have my line lock actually installed backwards so I can modulate the throttle. So typically a line lock, you would give it brake, turn the lock on, and then it would lock the front brakes on and let the rear wheels free spin. So I have it actually backwards to where when I have my line lock on, it blocks the flow to the rear brakes, and I can still use my front brakes as normal, so I can modulate the front wheel speed with the front brakes while doing the burnout, and I'm not sending pressure to the rear. So that's how mine's set up, so that's why this will work. So then when I lift or I go above 10 miles per hour, it'll turn the line lock off. So that like going down track and I have wheel speed, it's not gonna enable the line lock and then I lose my brakes. So I also don't want the line lock to be on when I'm staging, especially when I'm hitting the rev limiter button, so I have it disabled when rev limiter is hit. So when I hit the rev limiter trans brake button, it will not allow the line lock to come on. The wiring will be pretty simple. I just have the power and ground right here that was going to the accessory like cigarette lighter thing. So I have the power going down here to the button, and then it comes back out this black wire and goes to the line lock. So all I need to do is wire in a relay, and I'm going to pull 2 wires off of the positive. 2 wires are going to go to the relay positives. 1 is going to go to the line lock, and then I'm going to pull a ground trigger from output 1 here to trigger the relay. So 1 positive will be power for the line lock, 1 positive will be for the coil positive side of the relay, and then the other ground output will trigger the coil. Let's test this. Down. I will get a throttle position. Line lock turns on. I'll go up a few clicks. Line lock doesn't turn on. So one thing I want to test is the broadcast rate. So I'm going to turn it back on and watch there's a delay. You'll see the GPS come up and then there's like a 1-second delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the broadcast rate from 1 to 5 and see if that's a little faster. Okay, so I made some adjustments here. So I changed the throttle position to 8% and then I changed the broadcast rate to 5 for the thing to come on. So when I go 8%, it turns on the line lock. If I hit the trans brake button, it turns it off. If I turn it up to position 3, it shuts it off. So position 2 or lower with throttle turns on the line lock. So say I normally have it at position 8 for like 85% duty cycle. I can go up, turn it down, do the burnout as normal. When I lift, it turns the line lock off, and then I can just change my setting back. So I don't have to hit the button for a line lock or anything, it just kind of does it automatically. So then even if I do leave this position down in 0, and even if I am still doing the burnout at 30-40% throttle or whatever, when I hit 10 miles an hour of front wheel speed, it will also shut the line lock off. So then I can lift, hit the brakes, and then my line lock turns off and I have normal brakes again. The only thing I need to do is change this to a switched power instead of a constant power. This for the cigarette lighter thing is constant power, so I'm going to change that to a switched power, and that'll be it. Otherwise, when it's off, it just turns the thing on all the time. So we'll turn that to switched power and should be good.